Hello folks, this is Margie Roy from 3dcuts.com, and today I'm doing the video tutorial on how to put together my Christmas card for 2023. It is a piece card. It's a three-dimensional pop-up card that uses negative space and positive space to define the dove. The card comes out, folds flat, it opens up like this. It can be displayed standing up, and it has on the back side a little tab that includes a pull-out card for your message and a place to sign it. The download file includes the cutting file for a A7 5¼ by 7¼ envelope for you to also make if you'd like. So let's get started on making this card. As always, go to my website at the address shown on the screen to look for detailed information about the papers I use, the envelopes that I use, all of the kinds of things that you'll need, plus any hints that I think of after I do the video. Be sure, go to the website also to get sizing of the parts. Not all software imports the pieces at the correct size. Now this card is a fairly easy and quick to put together card, not like so many of my other cards. I've already cut out all of the pieces here, so let's get started putting it together. The first piece is the background piece. Have it so that the piece is backwards as you look at it. With the piece backwards, fold on all of the fold lines toward you. Like so. The next piece that we put on will be the double piece that goes on right here. There is a slight, let me put this behind it so you can see it, blue margin left all the way around when you glue this piece on. So that is supposed to be there, and the white is slightly smaller than the navy blue. I'm going to fold this piece in half as well. I'm going to use art glitter glue to glue these together. Now this slit is where the card goes in, and you have to be sure not to get any glue on this area. The thing that you have to worry about when you have a couple layers of cardstock is that you put it in so that it can still fold. I found this following technique works well. I'm using art glitter glue. There's a link to this at the website. I have moved it into this little container with a tiny nozzle, which I love to use. Again, links to it on our website. I'm going to put glue just about 1/8 of an inch inside all of the edges of this panel, and only this panel. Like so. I am now going to take the white and line it up a little to the left of this, a little to the right of this dotted line. Position it so that there's a blue border all the way around, but I'm going to fold this up, and I'm going to make sure this is right in at that fold. I don't want any space there, okay? And then I'm going to press it down. Now close this. And I'm going to put glue just on the wing up here, the little connector of the wing, and around the top side of what will be the bird's head. I'm also going to come over here and put glue on this side. I'm only coming down as far as the opening, and in fact about 1/4 inch above it. I go straight over and I go up, and I put glue in this area here. I come straight down the outside edge, again about 1/8 of an inch in, and I do the same thing at the bottom here below that opening. Again, remember, do not put any glue in this area here. Now I'm going to fold this over, and I'm going to glue it in place. This wing up here tends to wiggle, So be sure that you get that with nice margins around it. Now I am going to let this dry. If I try to bend it now, it will slide, and I don't want that to happen. I made 50 of these cards, and I did this step and let them dry before I moved on. So here's one that's already dry. I will now move on to the next white pieces. Here, again, just about 1/8 of an inch on the inside, all the way around this panel. It's important that on the word piece, you get a tiny dot of glue on the centers of each of the letters. This is where this glue applicator really shines, because I can do just tiny dabs of glue. Again, this piece will have the margins, although these pieces are not visible when the card is done. There is a gap between these two. Be sure that this can fold up and this can fold over. Press in place. Now we'll do the last panel here. Glue all around the edges. Again, there's a gap between these two and a blue margin around the top. Okay, there, the 3 white pieces are in place. I now fold this one over, and I fold the blue one over. I take glue and I put it on the outside half of this blue tab. And this needs quite a bit of glue here. I fold it over and that goes on top. I press it into place. And then I fold my card in the opposite direction. This slides out and places itself perfectly so that it's correctly spaced over the 4 layers of cardstock. It will fold flat, but it'll open to create the dove effect. Okay? Put that to the side and let it dry. Okay, now we're going to add the olive branch. You can use spray glue on these if you'd like. I did them all by hand. Again, this little dispenser for glue worked really nicely. I put a few dots on the back side. I picked it up and glued it into place. There. Simple, easy, elegant. Now I'm going to put together the sentiment card. Now I took this and I used print and cut on it. I put 9 of them on a piece of paper. I put them into my printer. I printed on 32-pound white paper, and then I put that into my silhouette and had it do print and cut. You can also cut them out by hand. You can certainly change the message to be one that you have written yourself. I always put a date on my cards because people collect them and they like to know the year they're from. So we're going to turn this over, put glue on the back, and glue it into place. There. Now let's move on to the envelope. A little bit about envelopes. I made 50 of these cards and I didn't make the envelopes myself. If you're making one, you might want to make your own envelope, and so I've included a file so you can do so. But this card was designed to fit perfectly in an A7 card. I get these envelopes from Amazon in packages of 50, and the card was designed to fit here in this. So if you're going to do a bunch, or if you make a lot of cards, you should buy your envelopes. But if you'd like to make them by hand, then that's fine. This envelope is easy to put together. 4 sides, fold them up. I do use a dotted score line because not everybody has a machine that can score. If you want, you can remove those and put in score lines for your machine to score. Now, the 2 sides go in and the bottom panel gets glued up. Notice I'll put glue along here, but I won't put it here. So on these, just around the curve and down to the corner on both sides. And then here as well. Up about that far and around the corner and out. Fold it up, press in place, and let it dry. You now have a very nice envelope that fits this card perfectly. You can slip it in there, seal in place, and send it to someone special. That's it. Quick, easy, elegant. Have fun making yours. Happy crafting, everyone. Thanks for watching. Every year I send out handmade Christmas cards. I have for decades, and many of them were designed and made on my Silhouette cutting machine. Many of these are available online at 3dcuts.com. Click on the store and go to the Christmas area. Have fun crafting.